We welcome you to the 2023 Heart of America Athletic Conference Media Day. It's time to talk Missouri Valley Viking College football. We're joined by head coach Paul Troth, as well as a couple players. Coach Craig, Khalil, I'll let you guys start by introducing yourselves. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been there at Valley.
Well, obviously, I'm Coach Troth, so I've been here for quite a while. This will be my 22nd season. We're getting ready to go this year. I'll let these guys introduce themselves.
My name is Khalil Dampier from Columbia, Missouri. I've been here for 2 years.
I'm Craig Travis. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. This will be my third year at Missouri Valley.
Coach, we'll start with you. You mentioned year 22 coming up for you leading the Vikings. How was the offseason this year, and how excited are you for 2023?
We're real excited. I thought our kids in this offseason worked extremely hard. As good a group as we've had in quite a while. And I really think the attitude, the enthusiasm, and these two guys are here because they were kind of spearheading a lot of that. But we're excited to get started and looking forward to it.
Tell us about Craig and Khalil a little bit, what they'll mean to you guys on the field this year, but also as you referenced what they're doing off the field to help you lead right now as well.
Well, both these guys are very vocal, on and off the field. Craig's, from the day he stepped on campus, was in a leadership role. He's been a linebacker for us. He's kind of the heart of the defense, and he's a guy now that's been around a little bit and knows it. We're excited. He had a good year last year. We're expecting even better this year. But he's a guy that just kind of makes things go on the defensive side. KD Khalil right here. He's been here. He got on the field as a freshman, worked his way up, and he's been out there with the offense since then. And one of those guys that is always just seems to always find a way to get open, make the catch, and does a good job of being a leader over on the offensive side. But, I know our quarterbacks, if it's third and got to have it, they're kind of, where's Khalil? And they're looking for him.
Craig, I want to start with you. How was the offseason for you? What are you most looking forward to here in 2023, and what expectations do you have for yourself and this team?
The offseason for me was pretty good. Just been working a lot, trying to better my games in different ways, kind of strengthen my weaknesses and make my strengths even stronger. As far as like a team and a defense, I think every team in the conference has the same goal, and that's to be one of the best in the conference. So that's kind of what I'm pushing myself and our team towards. So that's just kind of the one big goal that I have.
Khalil, flipping over to you, as Coach mentioned, you're the kind of the go-to guy a lot of the time, third and short, whatever the situation is. What does that mean to you that you're the guy the rest of the team's looking for to make plays?
I like the pressure. I take the pride in that. If that's what it comes down to, I don't want to do. We always talk about doing our 111th, and I feel like that's one of the jobs I got to get done. So just doing what I got to do to better the team.
That guy sitting next to you there, Coach Troth, one of the winningest coaches in NAIA history. What's it been like playing for him and that big-time program there at Valley?
It brings something with it, trying to keep his winning achievements going. I feel like everybody kind of has a target on our back, whether win, lose, or draw. Everybody wants to, beat the man at the top. So
we're joined by some media today as well. Ken, I'll let you introduce yourself with your relationship to the program for the folks watching, and then fire some questions for Coach and the guys.
Well, my name is Ken Quiava. I'm the director of the Viking Sports Network. Been around here since 2008 and worked with this program. Enjoyed a lot of broadcasting, a lot of success with this program. And Paul, last few years, a lot of changes on your coaching staff, but this past year, there weren't that many changes, and that really has to be a positive for you, isn't it, going into the season, that you've had the same coaches around for the most part?
Well, continuity is a big part of it. Yes, sir. And I mean, it's been good. I mean, I've got a staff, everybody's young compared to me now. So, 22 years ago, I was kind of the young guy in the conference, and now I look around and I'm the oldest guy in the room, but excited. I've got a good young staff. They're doing a good job and pushing our kids, and these guys and the rest of our players have worked extremely hard in this offseason.
Of course, it's going to be rather unusual not having Evangel in the conference, but Missouri Baptist comes in and they've got a pretty good program too. So that just adds to the strength of the conference, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course I'm biased, but I do think the Heart is one of the, top to bottom, one of the best conferences in the NAIA. I mean, guys, you look at it, everybody's got a good team, and you got to be ready to play every week. it's become really, really competitive. Mobap coming in this year. I'm sure they'll be ready. I'm sure they're excited to play. So, we've got them down the road. We've got, our first one against Culver, and that's where, our focus has been on, is just preparing for that first one. And then we'll kind of just see who's up next.
And Travis, you and I have visited before, but talk a little bit about your role as a leader. I know Coach Troth mentioned that, but what are your responsibilities on and off the field now that you are definitely one of the leaders of this team? And Khalil, I'll ask you the same question, but Travis, you're first.
I think as far as on the field, like I've always been like a competitor, so kind of bringing my competitive edge to everyone else and trying to get everyone else to match the intensity that I'm bringing, to know that even if we're doing like some simple drill in practice, like you need to compete against somebody to get someone better. And then off the field, just setting good examples for people, showing up to class early, getting good grades, doing things for the community, doing things for the school, and just setting a good example for the Viking that's on our chest every day we wear those shirts.
Khalil, I'll ask you the same question. You are one of the leaders on the offensive side of the ball. What does that mean to you on and off the field?
It means a lot. I mean, since day one, I feel like I was just trying to learn the difference. It's been in my first couple of years playing receiver. I switched over when I got here, but just learning, taking it in, and letting it be known like it's okay to still be a leader, but taking advice from other people. And then off the field, doing the small things. I love being in the community, going hang out with the kids, stuff like that, showing that you can still give back to your community, even though because they look up to you a lot.
And Khalil, again, asked you about the coaching staff. You're familiar with these coaches now. That does make quite a bit of difference, doesn't it, in the spring, and obviously as you head into fall, doesn't it?
It makes a big difference. I mean, like my receiver coach, Sergio Allen, he came in with me at the same time. So now like our bond is kind of different. Being able to talk to your coaches and they understand your ability and you're kind of understanding where they're coming from because you've been with them around. The conversation and the lingo that we have now is kind of different.
All right, and Travis, of course, Craig, you had a new defensive coordinator last year. Tell me what it's like to be in the system for the second year. Are you more used to that? You like the scheme? What do you think about that coming into the year?
Yeah, I mean, I love the defense we play, and I think it was tough last season because we were put in a position where we kind of had to learn a new defense in 3 weeks to 4 weeks before our first game. And now that we had a whole off season and a whole spring to kind of run it and perfect, I think everyone is a lot more comfortable in it. And from what I know, I think everyone loves playing it. I think we have one of the most unique defenses in the conference, and I think you're going to see a lot of good things happen from everyone that steps out on the field.
All right, well, gentlemen, thank you for allowing me to be here, and looking forward to it getting started at Culver. I'll take it back to you, Steve.
Ken, we appreciate your time as well. Coach, you kind of touched on this already, but 22 years, you feel like you've gone from being the young guy in the room to the old guy when the head coaches all get together. What is that like now, being the guy that maybe that everybody looks to for advice, having been through all the storms of being a head football coach all these years?
Well, it's not just feels like it. That's fact. I am the oldest guy around. So, no, again, it goes back to the reason this conference is so competitive. There's a lot of good coaches, there's a lot of good young coaches, and you got to show up every week. And, within the conference, we coaches, we have a lot of respect for each other, but we don't talk a whole lot of shop too much in depth. We're familiar and friendly, but you're not sharing too much with your opponents. But no, it's a good group of coaches, and I'm just excited. When I started this, I never thought I'd be in it that long, and I've been very, very fortunate. Valley's been very good to me and my family, and we're looking forward to this season as much as any we've had ever, and just excited to be here.
Craig, for you, how tough is the Heart week in and week out? Coach talked about everybody in the league has a good team. What is it like preparing for a quality opponent from week one through the end of the season?
I mean, it's tough as in because that you have to bring your best every single week, because you never know, that Saturday, if you show up, you're not ready to play, you could get blown out. Because like you said, every team that we have in this conference is good. So you can't underestimate anybody, and you got to bring your best every week.
Khalil, you're pretty local there to Valley, but that community at Valley is strong. What's it been like for you to have the support of friends and family when you guys take the field, for you guys who are local there to the school, but also the actual community there at the school and the way they come out and support you guys on Saturdays?
It's a big loving feeling. I mean, around on Saturdays, it's about Valley football. So everybody comes out, all ages, and to be able to have my family come out because they're only an hour away, it's a lot because family's real, real big to me.
Good stuff, guys. Coach, one last question for you as you go into 2023. Do you have any specific expectations for this group this year? You keep talking about how you're as excited for this season as any you've had. Have you guys been able to set some goals for this season?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, Craig kind of alluded to it. I mean, every year we've gone out, we want to try to win the conference. And, you know, we've come up short last couple of years, but, you know, it's like I talked to our guys, it comes down to just a handful of plays. And so we're just trying to get a little bit better each week. We've got a mix of returners, but we're going to have a lot of new faces out there too. So, again, this offseason and what we've done, usually when you put in the work, you're going to see good results. And that's what we're excited about.
Well, Coach, Craig, Khalil, we appreciate the time. Wish you the best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you.